gonna have so many things. Have you seen the Saw X Rotten Tomato score? Let's start off there, my friend. Yeah, I saw it, and I'm blown away, man. I can't believe this franchise is is kicking like it is right now. So Saw X, baby, right now. Looking at the Rotten Tomato score, 86%. And this is like high for the franchise, okay? If you the second highest score, so right now, 86%, this is currently the highest score of the Saw franchise. After that, it is 50% with Saw 1 or 2, I believe. I'm like, dang, I can't believe it. Let me see if my review's up here now, because I know I just posted it. Come on now, don't you befuddle me. I gotta be in here. Let me do all audience. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, it's just all critics. Let's see. So, am I in here yet? Am I in here yet? Okay, I guess Rotten Tomatoes has not approved my review yet, but it'll be here on the page soon enough, cats and kittens. But that's wild, man. And that is something I kind of wanted to discuss. So let's just go ahead and talk about that while I'm here. Why is it that this is the first Saw movie that is getting like great reviews? It's not just because the movie is genuinely good. If you haven't seen it yet, posted a review. Okay, Five Nights at Freddy's popping up advertisement. It'll be your time to shine, Freddy Fazbear. Give me a second. Jeez. But Saw X, I think there's been a cultural reset, okay? If you go back to 2004 to like, I don't know, 2007, 8, when the Saw movies were coming out back to back every October, there was just this ongoing idea that Saw was torture corn, okay? Change the C with a P. You know what I mean. Algorithm on YouTube be not nice, but and that was the idea of the franchise. It's like, man, people who like the Saw franchise are sickos, are weirdos. They just like to see limbs and body parts flying everywhere. So even if the story was good, like in Saw 1, 2, 3, 6, they would still get terrible reviews because people hated seeing excessive gore for the sake of gore. They just thought bad movie either way. Saw X is still very gory. It is very bloody. I'm not going to say any spoilers for the movie or none of that. Still keeping this spoiler free. But the traps are as gory as they've ever been. And the critics are okay with it. I think those old farts from 2005, 2007, those critics that were like, blood is not good in my movie, they're dead. They're graves. I'm dancing on them. I'm like, torture corn this, my friend. And now it's the new age people who grew up with the Saw movies excited. It's like, we got another banger. So you also look at like Terrifier 2, which was like the next like goriest movie we've had in theaters. Let me see if it just pops up. And what's that? What's that Rotten Tomatoes? 85%. This was a gory, nasty filled movie. And I'm like, people are okay with it. People are fine. They're like, yeah, this is some good stuff right here. So I just think we're in an age now where super gory movies or films like the Saw movies that were looked as like disgusting bottom of the barrel horror movies can now succeed in this current time because we have critics that are like, yeah, it's gory, but if the story's good, oh, I'm going to roll along with it. And man, is the story good. If you still haven't seen my review, just to sum it up for you, I really enjoyed it. I was so happy, man. I was coming at a time where I was sick of Saw movies. I was like, they're not good. They're not hitting. They don't make me feel anything. This movie, big smile on my face the entire watch. And especially after having just rewatched it for the reviews I did on the channel, man, I was like, oh, dude, that little Easter egg, that right there. And the way they make you feel for Tobin Bell, John Kramer in this movie. There was another movie that tried making the monster of the film kind of like the hero, and it failed miserably. Don't Breathe 2. I don't know if you guys have seen Don't Breathe 2. Yeah, 44%. I kind of agree with that. The first Don't Breathe, awesome horror movie. Check it out if you haven't already. But the second movie, it tried flipping things around and making the villain of the first movie the hero in the second movie. He's the one trying to save a little girl who's been kidnapped by a bunch of dealers. And it just doesn't work the same way. And there's a big distinction, I think, because this guy was he was doing some nasty stuff, some unforgivable things in the first movie, not comparable to John Kramer chopping off body parts with his traps. So it just didn't work trying to make this bad guy the hero of the movie. It worked so much better in Saw X because, like, it's crazy. You look at John Kramer, who I love you, John. How old is the actor? I want to find out real quick. How old is let's look it up real quick. Tobin Bell. I wanna find out. how old this man is. 81. Are you kidding me? He's 81 years old. Holy moly. And I mean this with all respect and love, but I know his character is that he's a dying cancer patient. The man looked like it the entire movie, that we were going scene to scene with John Kramer, and I'm like, he could honestly miss a step on the stairs and it's it. The John Kramer legacy is over with one misstep and hit to the ground. He was looking fragile. He was looking tired. I have so much respect knowing this guy was 81 doing the things he was doing in Saw, especially, like, I don't want to spoil anything, but he gets involved in this movie, and it's just kind of cool. So, man, that's awesome that they have him. Who knows what the future is? I'll talk about it more when I do my spoiler review tomorrow. I'll film that, and then I'll give you my theories and thoughts on where the franchise could go, what could be happening next, because they said it. They have ideas for more if this movie performs well. And yeah, it's probably going to perform well. I mean, this Rotten Tomatoes score, and this movie was only made on a budget of $13 million. So it needs to make what, like 30 million, and they're like, boom, bada bing, green light the sequel, baby. But we'll see how it goes, my friends. We'll see. I definitely wanted to talk about that. So where do you think the next Saw movie will fall in the timeline after Saw X or somewhere else? Now, I'll give like a small, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'm going to go way more in detail in my spoiler review, my friend. I appreciate you donating here, though. But there's still gaps to be filled. Like, if you look at something between like Saw 3, no, is it Saw 3? Saw 4, which one is it? Yeah, like between Saw 2 and Saw 3, there's about a 6-month gap. There's a 6-month gap in there. That's your whole territory of solo contained stories. 6 months. Because, by the time you got to like Saw 4, which was taking place during Saw 3, Eric Matthews has like a beard, and they mentioned he was held captive for 6 months. So I think that's your window to do stuff. To what they will do, I'll get into that in my spoiler review, but I don't want to get into it here. But I think that's where they'll go next, is that window between Saw 2 and Saw 3, because there's a 6-month gap there. It's so awesome, man. I can't believe Cinemark really cooked. I love this thing, man. Why are popcorn buckets so awesome now? I hate this. I'm a Funko Pop collector. I shouldn't be collecting more stuff, but man, you make something like this, Cinemark, I gotta collect it. And I remember I got hyped whenever this came out, and I had someone comment under it, they do this for every movie. Every movie gets a popcorn bucket 3. See, 10 movies in, this is the first popcorn bucket ever for a Jigsaw movie, or at least one like this. I know there's been 10 ones, but they've never made cool, exciting stuff. Now, this one lights up, but this one I bought for a friend, and I don't want to. Oh, what, did it light up? Oh, the tag's already then taken out, so I think I need to replace the batteries on this one because it doesn't light up. But it's just awesome, my friend. And I said it, I'm collecting all these, and I'm going to do a tier list ranking of all the popcorn buckets, man. I got so much. I got the Optimus Prime-mobile. I got the Vin Diesel Fast and Furious. I got the Barbie car. I got the Ghostface. Oh, that ranking video is going to be fun to do. I don't know how you rank popcorn buckets, but I'll find a way. I will find a way, my friends.